Good morning, X, YouTube, Twitch, or wherever else you are watching this stream. Obviously, good morning, you as well. Right, everyone, we're back with another public broadcast. Thank you for joining us. It is the 25th of February, and just before we get started, just a brief disclaimer, this video is for information and education purposes only. If you're happy with that, please continue to watch. If you're not, we'll see you another time. Right, we've got quite a bit to get through this morning. We've got Josh, Emil, and Stan coming at you. We've got Josh up first, so Josh, take it away.
Yeah. Good morning, everybody. First thing I'm watching is Palantir. This is day 5 in this most recent sequence down. Tried to bounce a little bit this morning off of that 87 area, which is where it was last night after hours. I would have preferred if this, gap down to 85 for a bounce, but I'm still going to be watching it for a bounce today, and I want to see if we can build higher lows versus this pre-market level just for a one-day bounce. I really don't have high conviction on longs here for like a long-term thing, but I do think that these declines have been 25 to 30% or more quickly, so you could see an overextension on a dead cat bounce, and that's all I think this is. OKLO, same type of setup. 6 days. This is the 7th day, straight down right to the 50-day moving average. I'd be looking versus 33, 32, for, kind of a trend day up if it wants to have a green day or maybe reclaim, maybe reclaim 38 or, just the most recent day of its selling. All I think, is potential dead cat bounce that it doesn't even have to do that. But that's, this is something that it just went from 57 to 34, so quickly that I just think listen, if you're short anywhere up here, this is a nice cover opportunity. So that's where you could see, people covering, people buying, and you get, a potential extension up. SMST, this most recent breakout was in 560 area. It failed last time. We're in a much heavier market now, and people that think like MSTR has to bounce and these ultra high premium names, net asset value to market value, that these have to bounce hard. That might not be the case. And if this keeps selling, if MSTR keeps selling off and this keeps finding a bid, I wouldn't be surprised to see 10, 11, 12 or more on this, relatively quickly. So I'm going to keep this on my radar as well. I'm keeping the watch list short and sweet. One reminder here is that ranges are absolutely expanded here. So keeping your size in check is important, and not having too much of a bias is important. Like nothing has to bounce. Even though I'm looking at Palantir, it doesn't have to bounce. Even though I'm looking at OKLO, it doesn't have to bounce. Just a couple of things that I'm looking for. And if I get confirmation, 30 minutes after the open and more later in the day, it's going to build a conviction in the trade. So, put time on your side. I'll pass this right to Emil.
All right. Thanks, Josh. Morning, everyone. Yeah, completely agree with your theories that doesn't have to bounce. I was looking at a few similar names like SoFi, which, I was looking at this area for a bounce, or DDOG, same thing, big dive and a haircut from highs. To not mention HIMS. So all these names, despite the fact that might have a bounce day here, it doesn't have to stay. So mostly going to pay attention at price action and position myself, to be in a good spot and don't try to anticipate anything. Now, the SMCI, it's something that I'm watching this morning. Given that we have this big gap up, I'm going to be interested in any pops to join. But I would like to see more like being a little bit of, have a little bit of resilient in the first half an hour or 1 hour, and then kind of slowly losing momentum for more unwind. Same things goes to MSTR. Been fading yesterday and even more in the after hours. So any pops or push against red to green, and then looking for some sort of stuffy action, and then resume to more fade. Pretty much that's what I have there. Or Nvidia, same thing here. I would like to see a push a little bit higher, 133-ish, and then again, same thing here. We shall see if this market decide to bounce, or if just hangs around there and then trying to pick the weakest names and for a short, looking for more unwind. Now, looking at few small caps also, like ONVO, this it's been pretty resilient. Had news this morning. Still, I'm going to be interested in shorting this one, but not really looking to be the first in. Most likely it's going to be a halt fast, since it's coming from low 40s, even lower than that. So I would wait a little bit, first few minutes after the open, and then see if it's going to stay heavy, or I would prefer to see some sort of a swipe at the open and then stuff. And even if it's halting down after that, I'm going to be interested. At least I'm going to have a better stop. Then WAFU, same thing here. This one had few pops already, but if it's going to give another one, 370, 5-4 area, I'm going to be interested in a short and then recycle based on these levels. And the last one is FMTO, which again is still holding. Any pops for me, I'm going to risk pretty much 10 more or less. We shall see if it's going to speed up into that area. But if it's going to find some sort of supply at around 9, where pretty much had these pops and rejections, then definitely I'm going to be interested in a short. And also I'm going to add BREA on list. Already fade quite a lot, but if it's going to give a push back against to VWAP, definitely it's going to be a decent one for a short attempt, since has this level to position or to put a stop at. So yeah, pretty much that's it for me today, guys. Good luck, and Stan, you can take it over.
All right, thank you, Emil. Good morning, everyone. Let's see here. We have just a couple of things to watch for me today. So looking around, I think there's a lot of opportunity across several market structures. We have some large caps that are moving. We have some small caps, etc. So for me, it's really going to become today is going to be more so about focusing on quality type of setup, and where I can concentrate my risk exposure best, so then I'm not all over the place, essentially. So with that in mind, I'll just quickly go over a couple of names that are on main watch for me today. DOMH, we'll start with that one. So as you can see, the daily chart, nice little initial run there, and the February the quick consolidation, and then we had that second leg up. So far, we've been struggling to stay above the double digits, give or take, on a higher time frame. So for me, I'm really looking for any sort of push into maybe this 950s area, 10s area would be ideal, and then look to fail to follow through lower. The other small cap that I'm watching as well is, I believe the gentleman mentioned that or Emil at least mentioned it just a second ago, ONVO. So this is something that so far it's very much in its uptrend. It's very much trending. It's above VWAP, so no real interest on sizing. If any trades will happen here, it's going to be something more so on open maybe clear out this pre-market area and then look for any failed follow through from there. But so far, no real interest, just more so monitoring it. Switching gears into some of the large cap names. So we have SMCI. Obviously, there's a forward-looking catalyst with their deadline to file or extend or whatever it is that they need to do in order to stay compliant. So keep that in mind. Very nice ranger so far this morning. If we look on the daily chart, you know, we're coming down from this 60s exhaustion move, and here we are essentially trying to close this gap from 48s to 50, 51s or so. So ideally for me today, what I'd like to see is either a morning flush out of the gate, maybe flush down to this area into the pre-market lows, maybe put some new lows, and then a reversal higher. Or if we shove into this 53, 54s, even 55s, and essentially check in with this exhaustion area here. If this area remains heavy, I don't mind participating on the short side. And then if, take a look to see if we remain heavy versus VWAP, and then red on the day. And then, of course, you can switch to a higher time frame and get a better expectancy. The next one that I haven't watched is PLTR. This one I'm more so watching for a reversal. We've had some, we had a pretty decent haircut here from 124s, 125s to low 90s and some 80s prints. So ideally, if VWAP stays firm, if we firm up versus this red level, I don't mind exposing myself to the long side versus some higher low. I don't want to try to catch a bottom. What I'm trying to do is again, set my risk versus a key level. And the last one that I haven't watched is NVIDIA. This was a really nice trader yesterday. I did a video recap there for members, so you can take a look at that. But ideally, we have a little bit more range today, and again, earnings are just around the corner, so I'm not really interested in sinking my teeth in prior earnings. For me, what I'd like to do is be away for that period and then trade the price action and volatility in the days that follow. But I don't mind watching the action and participating in opportunities like this move that we had yesterday, or if we put it on a higher time frame, participating versus any key pivotal points. So something versus the 134s, 135s, or if this 130s stays heavy, then we have some more room to the downside on a higher time frame. And that's pretty much it for me. I'll pass it back to you, Sam.
Brilliant. Thank you, Stan. Thank you, Josh. Thank you, Emil. Fantastic as always. Guys, if you've made it this far, you should definitely check us out at investorsunderground.com. This is exactly the same process we go through every single morning, creating our watch lists for the day, and obviously so much more. So guys, that's it for us this morning. Trade them well today, guys, and we will see you in the room.